Wow, I said I think I'm going to cry. My God, thank you so, so much. Wow. The video, beyond anything, it said there was a video beyond anything I could have imagined and loved. And I feel so humbled to be here tonight. And thank you for welcoming me into the Voices for National Service family. And I can't tell you how meaningful it is to be inducted into the National Service Hall of Fame. And it's just, yeah, my God. It's special, very, very special, and especially so considering the amazing impact that you, your organizations, your volunteers have made and are making on this country. Since 2003, Voices for National Service is building strong, bipartisan support for national service. It's a way in which we build up our nation, we build up our people, and you epitomize the values of this great nation. And you know, it's not about every man or woman for himself or herself, but it is about our collective responsibility, our moral responsibility for one another. And that is what you and your volunteers do every single day. I know he spoke already, but I have to acknowledge my colleague, my friend, my partner in this effort and in others, and that's Senator Roy Blunt, two chairs from Appropriations, and worked with him this year as chair of the subcommittee. What an honor to see his values on display and in action. So to be here, to be honored alongside of him is such an honor. So many of my colleagues, I won't mention them all, you've seen, but Democrats and Republicans, each of whom are fearless advocates for supporting those working in our communities and for our communities, and those who are outside the congressional institution for their commitment to national service. Thank you for what you do, and we're proud to honor you this evening. National service is a core American value. The Corporation for National and Community Service was founded on the idea that the government can and should play a role in giving citizens the opportunity to address pressing problems across the country. It's a powerful idea that carries on across the political divide. And the bipartisanship at the heart of national service is on clear display tonight. Service provides an unparalleled richness for those who participate. Young people engaged in service become a part of the fabric of their communities, and they carry that experience with them for the rest of their lives. I've had the opportunity in my career to work for very special people, and one of them was Senator Chris Dodd. And whenever Senator Dodd was asked what was one of the most rewarding experiences of his life, it wasn't serving in the House of Representatives or serving in the United States Senate, but being in the Peace Corps and building that church in Monción in the Dominican Republic. That's what he remembers mostly. And this gives citizens a great potential to move the needle on the issues of the day, to elevate the communities in which they live, in which they serve. And yes, I will repeat Shirley Chisholm again, my hero. Service is the rent we pay for the privilege of living on this earth. And by her standards, your organizations, your volunteers, you are tenants in exceptional standing. So I'm humbled to be inducted into your Hall of Fame. I have been so honored to previously receive your highest award, the Edward M. Kennedy National Service Lifetime Leadership Award, but the true Hall of Famers are the millions of volunteers mobilized by CNCS and empowered by the Voices for National Service. These volunteers serve across this great nation. They preserve our parks and our public lands. They mentor our students. They provide job training for veterans. They respond to natural disasters. They support our most vulnerable citizens in their hour of need. And in the toughest times, in the face of adversity, they lift up struggling communities. In my state of Connecticut last year, more than 1,900 people, 600 people through AmeriCorps, 1,300 through Senior Corps, served at more than 300 sites across Connecticut, thanks to CNCS. Schools, food banks, homeless shelters, health clinics, youth centers, veterans facilities, and other nonprofits and faith-based organizations. You know, supporting national service has always been a legislative priority for me because, as I said, I believe it reflects that moral responsibility that we have to one another to offer a hand up when someone might be down at rock bottom. There can be no country if we do not act as countrymen. There is no nation if we do not act as neighbors. And I'll be frank with you and honest, and I hope no one is offended, but I find it unconscionable that we would zero out public investment in national service. This budget eliminates the Corporation for National and Community Service. This, when it amounts to less than 0.03% of the total federal budget, and when the public funding leverages so much private investment. But I tell you, the strength of the bipartisan coalition in the House and in the Senate is not going to let that happen. We will not do that. We have defended CNCS on a bipartisan basis again and again, and the funding level we finalized in December for 2020 provided $1.1 billion for CNCS, $21 million increase over the previous year. Proud to say the funding will help support the first increase in the Senior Corps stipend since 2002. There was, I'll just tell you, so excited by what we were able to do. $3.5 million increase for AmeriCorps, state and national. $1 million for VISTA. $1.5 million increase for the National Service Trust. $1 million increase for the Volunteer Generation Fund. $7.9 million increase for the Foster Grandparent Program. Woo! Yes. Let me close. And I know I've gone on too long. I don't care. I don't care. And I close by saying to you, thank you, thank you. I do not take this recognition lightly, nor as a reward for what I've been able to do in the past. I take it as a call to continue to fight hard for everyone whose life is touched by national service. When we stand up and fight, we win. Let's fight together and win this time around. God bless you. God bless you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.